2016 West Coast Conference champions.
Welcome to another weekly edition of Portside with the Pilots. I'm volleyball junior Reagan Pukas. Regular host Adam Lindman is on vacation this week, so Pilot student athletes will be doing a takeover of host duties this week. We'll start by looking back at baseball last weekend. Portland's front-loaded home schedule continued with a 3-game series against WCC leading San Francisco at Joe Edsel Field. The Dons remained unbeaten in league play with a 3-game sweep over the Pilots, as pitching and defense proved to be the difference. San Francisco withstood late Portland rallies on Friday and Saturday for 6-4 victories, and then shut out the Pilots 4-0 on Sunday. The Dons improved to 6-0 in WCC play, while the Pilots are now 2-4, heading into a 7-game road trip, starting at Santa Clara this week. The beach volleyball team weathered the cold on Saturday afternoon in Salem to defeat the Oregon Ducks by a 4-1 margin at Shemetka Community College. Oregon took the first point, but the Pilots evened the score as Cassidy Naoni and Lauren Knotts earned a sweep, and then Portland posted comeback wins at the number 2 and number 3 positions. Kaylee Thompson and Tawny Stevens then closed out the scoring with a sweep at the number 1 position. The Pilots have now defeated the Ducks in 3 of the last 4 meetings on the sand.
This week in practice, we worked a lot on setting, and it translated really well into our game, which is great to see. That's like one of our biggest goals, is to just get better in practice and see it translate into the games really well. And I think Katie and I really worked on that, and you could see it.
We knew we had to get one more win to have the big W over Oregon, and I was unsure if our ones were winning or not. It's exciting to play in pressure situations like that. Playing to 3 is also really fun. After our first set, we really got the momentum and went to 3 and just kept riding it.
I think we have a really good chemistry, just on and off the court. I think it's really important to really just love your team, and I think that we have that, and we all truly care about each other and want to make each other better. So we're all pushing each other in practice, and it's really shown in the games.
Our freshmen is just a great group of girls, and they came in excited to play sand. It's really fun. Us older girls are just excited to play with them, and we kind of ride off their energy that they bring.
And now we're welcomed by baseball player Bo Brundage.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, Bo. The baseball team is off to a better start than last year. What have been the most important driving forces behind this initial success?
I'd say the biggest thing would be our competition level. We're really all together and on board for getting better as a team, and so our practices have been really great, and just everybody trying to better everybody, and so it's been a really good atmosphere.
You personally have been off to a hot start with an 18-game hitting streak and the highest batting average on the team. What have you done to get to this point and improve so much?
Just working as hard as I can, just getting extra swings after practice and before practice, and just getting reps in when I can as much as possible.
So along the line of your hitting streak, would you be willing to demonstrate your pre-hitting routine for us?
Oh, gosh. I could. It's kind of secretive, so I have to keep some things to myself.
Feel free to show us.
Okay. So it all starts off with a couple kicks. I don't know if they can see me from behind the thing, but take your bat, throw it out there as far as you can, give it a little wiggle, breathe a little bit, and then hop in and you're good to go. But that's basically the gist of it. So
very nice.
Thank you.
Another team on the Bluff that has experienced dramatic improvement in the past few years is women's volleyball. Who is your favorite player on the team, and why are they one of the greatest people you've ever personally met?
Wow, you put me in a tough place on this one. Definitely not Reagan Pukas. She's kind of she's only cool sometimes. Half the time, I'd say. My favorite would probably be Katie Barker or Kaylee Thompson. I love watching them play and watching them out there on the court. So they're probably my 2 favorites. So.
All right, interesting choice. Who picked your walk-up song?
Reagan Pukas did. She's somewhere in this room. I don't know where, but.
Nice. What do you have to say to your fans, specifically the women's volleyball roster, who sit through all 9 innings of your games frequently in the cold, pouring rain?
I would definitely have to say thank you. Those games, especially up here in Portland, can be a grind at times. 3.5 hour games in the cold rain, especially when we played St. Joe's earlier this season, when it was snowing during the games. And you girls were out there. It was awesome to watch. So thank you would be what I would say.
Don't you think you should have been paying attention to the game?
Probably, but,
I bet Loomis will really appreciate and be glad to hear that you're paying attention to the women's volleyball team during your games.
Yeah.
Your hitting streak recently came to an end. Was that the motivation behind this new haircut? Because you've previously told me that you believed that your long hair had magical properties.
No, okay, maybe a little bit. My mom also called me a couple days ago and told me that it looked ugly and I needed to cut it, so that was the primary reason. But yeah, just wanted a new look, so.
And what do you have to say to your previous comment that your long hair had magical properties?
It did to some extent, all the magical properties are gone now, but,
It was good while it lasted.
It was good while it lasted, definitely.
Well, thank you for coming, Bo.
Thank you for having me. It was good to be here.
Coming up next, men's soccer goalkeeper Keenan Weeks will take over to talk all things men's soccer and sit down with Assistant Director of Sports Performance, Bryant Ferrati. You are watching Portside with the Pilots on NBC Sports Northwest.